Folks, what's that? My name is Rudy. You're watching Alpha Investments. Today, market movers. Magic's 30 is just that product that every time you go to the doctor and they give you that special medicine so you can forget about her, and then all of a sudden, Magic 30, you go home and Magic 30 is just there again. Folks, my name is Rudy. You're watching Alpha Investments. We'll cut that intro out. So yes, if you haven't been living in a rock, Magic 30 boxes are hitting stores across the United States and the world, and people are attempting to buy them on TCG Player to hold the price up, and it's not going real well. As of the filming of this video, Magic 30 boxes are now from averaging selling of $1,600 to $2,000 a box in the last 72 hours. Now we are down, as of right now, about $1,020. So essentially, if you had bought it from Hasbro Wizards Direct for $1,000 plus tax, which would be about $1,080 to $1,100 shipped for most people, we have swapped negative after shipping and fees. You're going to net about $850, $900 now, and this is only really there's only 30 boxes or 30 stores or 30 listings on TCG Player. The Magic 30 supply is still quite low, with most stores still in transit, and it's looking pretty flippin' disturbing. Now there are buyers stepping in. There are people trying to keep support levels of the market and this and that. There are some things going on. Again, even if the price drops to $800, $900 a box, I'm still not in. I'm Mark Cuban out, my friends. If those of you are interested in it and you want a little cheaper price, that's all you guys at this point in time. We don't know what the real value is of Magic 30. We don't know really where stability is going to come in, because there are buyers buying some of these boxes, but the fact that these things are sitting now on TCG Player lower than what you could have purchased them before the sale concluded is getting pretty disturbing, and it's really early in the game. Like I said, I would estimate out of 10,000 free boxes, maybe 10%, maybe 20% have arrived at stores, and stores are doing something with them, and it's looking a little shaky. So we'll see if that recovers back to 2,000-3,000. It stays low, goes lower. We'll continue to talk about that for a few minutes on every video. More importantly, this is what's interesting. Magic Phyrexia continuing to do really well. Set box is selling $130, $140 with taxes and shipping on TCG Player and eBay. Collector box is holding around $210, $220 shipped with taxes and shipping. Even the complete bundles, open market, still $130 plus tax and shipping on most websites. I mean, I kind of thought things were gonna, like, the collectors were gonna, like, well, maybe the collector box will drop to $190, or maybe the draft boxes will hit maybe $95. Dude, draft boxes are like $100, $115 with taxes and shipping on TCG. It's still incredibly stable. The market for 2023 Magic is doing really well. That is just the data. No matter how we feel about the ball sacks and Chris Cox cocktail parties, Hot Pockets, and of course Magic 30, the market's doing good for new product. It's stunning. Like, people want to enjoy it and move forward. That's the vibe I get. Now, let's jump over to Pokemon. Pokemon, Chilling Reign, I know, I'm shilling it, continues to be an animal. Largest percentage increase out of all of the Sword and Shield era, because that one was, 90 to 100, 80 to 90 to 100, and now it's 150. I mean, that's a massive price swing in 90 days. And then, of course, the Evolving and Brilliant, which are already real expensive, haven't seen as much of a swing because they were already really high. But the other sets, like Lost Origins and Silver Tempest, they are just grinding a couple pennies, a couple dollars up every 24, 48 hours. They are just pushing. So I still believe Sword and Shield will be looked back upon as a beautiful era of Pokemon. I really do, everybody. It's going to be, I don't want to use the term golden age, but it's a good era. Sword and Shield's going to go down in history as a very good thing. And a lot of the stores that unloaded everything right when they're seeing these upticks, they're going to regret it. And pump and dump your ex, Rudy over here, I still think Sword and Shield Pokemon across the board, $300 to $500 a boxes. And I think good sets like Brilliant and Evolving could easily be 500 plus. Give it another 1 to 3 years. I mean, we're very early. These sets are, some of these things are still, a year from when they were released? 2 years, 6 months ago? These are youngins. We need to give another 1 to 3 years for the Pokemon sets to age properly. And I still think there's tremendous upside. I have heavy bags of all these Pokemon sets. You guys know that. I've shared it many times. You guys know where I stand with it. And of course, I tell you guys the same thing. I run a sale to patrons. sell 1,000, 2,000 boxes, and then whatever leftovers and whatever small second wave I keep for myself. It's been the same thing now for years, and it's been a beautiful thing, and I just think there's tremendous, tremendous potential for this Pokemon in the future. Now, you ready for this crap? Sit down and buckle up, Buttercup. You ready for this? Monarch First Edition. I know people are excited about Flesh and Blood, the new Outsider set. People are going crazy for it. I know. It's coming, it's coming. We got another special Rudy spoiler video coming for the infamous cold foil exclusive Rudy card for the new helmet piece coming. We got a really interesting video in the works where we have to go on a treasure hunt and unlock like the Indiana Jones thing to locate this piece of cold foil. It's going to be epic. But before we get there, if you haven't been living under a rock, Flesh and Blood announced on, I think it was IVC2 or one of the business press release things, that there's a new set for Flesh and Blood. The 10th Flesh and Blood set coming later this year is like a From Dusk Till Dawn type thing. Good, evil, daylight kind of thing. Which is, the market is speculating, is like some sort of add-on sequel to Monarch. And apparently there's going to be a lot of interactions and a lot of kind of excitement pulling back to some of the Monarch single cards. Well, Monarch First Edition boxes have now outpaced sales of every other Flesh and Blood set. Out of all the out-of-print sets, everything. Monarch First Edition bottomed at $70, $80 a box and is now back over $100 plus a box plus tax and shipping. And so we're seeing a 30% swing from the lows with tremendous selling volume. And keep in mind, I don't know what kind of heavy bags you guys have left and everything out there, but the supply has dropped significantly of available boxes on the open market. Now, does this mean Monarch's going to 1K kind of thing? I would like it to, but unfortunately I don't think that's going to happen. Now, what I do think is going to go to 1K is Rudy's favorite set of all time. Crucible of War First Edition, I think, is the real sleeping giant. Been a lot of chatter behind the scenes and with patrons and people have been chattering about this in the fab world, but if you look at the depth of the market for boxes like Arcane First Edition, Crew First Edition, the amount of boxes that are sealed or cases left, I don't even know if you could get like 50 to 100 boxes of these things online. I don't even think there's that many left for sale. And Monarch First Edition is getting a lot of price movement. A lot of speculation that people think that the market overcorrected to the downside and Monarch should have never crashed that low, even with the supply and the manipulative behavior of people involved with distribution and hoarding that product, saying they didn't exist. Even with the bad actors on Monarch, a lot of people are now stating that there was no reason for Mon First Edition to be selling for $70, $80 a box. And the market is probably, by the time you watch this, I would assume Monarch First Edition is probably like $110 plus tax. So maybe about $120, taxes and shipping online. So definitely a swing back. Obviously nowhere near the highs of $700 a box, but it is interesting to see our first rebound off an actual bottom. So again, I've been telling you all this. Everything in 2023 has been repricing and adjusting back upwards. Not skyrocketing, not pump and dumping, but we have been having some healthy, stabilizing, nice upticks. Now again, could be a dead cat bounce, could still be a bear market looming in the bushes with next to Bearscape, but it's feeling pretty good. And with it doesn't feel like Flesh and Blood or Mon First Edition or even Crew or Arc or even Dynasty and actual Outsiders and of course Uprising, the Fab 2.0 sets. It doesn't feel like a dead cat bounce. To me, the fact we see so many single cards upticking, we're seeing even Rainbow Fableds like the Heart from WTR Unlimited. The fact we're seeing cards like that bottomed at 100 and are now like $300-400 a card plus, and they're swinging. Usually a dead cat bounce is a sign of somebody manipulating one item, where one card goes up, or one box. But when you see this many items across the board moving, that's usually a sign of kind of a tone change. So, which is usually a very bullish indicator for the next 6 to 12 months. So, next. Good news, bad news. Metazoo. Don't run away. I still like my Metazoo. You know what? You can hold yourself and not listen. We are about 30-ish, about 30 days until Metazoo enters the new era of native. And booster boxes that are going to be all not the same, even different art on the boxes. We have, once again, a low, tight supply. And looking at Seance, it's been holding really well. Metazoo remains the one product line that has the thinnest amount of depth in the market. In other words, the amount of flow through and people actually buying it though daily is substantially lower on Metazoo compared to Flesh and Blood and obviously Magic and Pokemon. I would say the flow through on Metazoo is probably pretty similar to Weiss on actually sell rates and quantity moving on TCG Player. That would be my breakdown. So with that being said, I know people are excited. People already asked me about the native thing, the Rudy card, the spoilers. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot of things going on. Rudy's still onboarding. By the time you watch this video, actually, this video goes live. I'm not sure, but I'm filming this video in mid-February, and I'm about 48 hours till my next wave of, I don't know how many pallets of, we're doing Dominaria United Draft and Brothers War Draft. All my $89 boxes to patrons. Shipped to your front door, no hidden fees, old school, ladies and gentlemen. Those should be arriving in the next 72 hours, and you'll get an onboarding message if you're a patron. So if you're interested in those sets, they will be permanently available for many months, unless, of course, I get wiped out quickly, which I don't think. Usually people like to mix and match a couple boxes, and having over 1,000 boxes of each set, I don't think I'm going to run out anytime soon. So I'm onboarding a lot of heavy bags of these, and I'm very excited that we are within a couple days now of the next few standard sets that I can be the cheapest in the country again, if not world, and we're going to continue to expand this direction because I feel that the market conditions are more favorable for all of us moving forward. Very excited about that. That should be happening any day now. So again, thank you to all the thousands upon thousands upon thousands. You know who you are. And thank you for allowing me to expand, do this. And you're the reason that all these videos exist. And I don't say thank you enough in the video, so I appreciate you all. I know I come off as the evil, Maytag repairman, but seriously though, I really appreciate it. I get to enjoy the cardboard world and share everything with you guys. It's a lot of fun. It's really, you can't ask for a better thing, So that's it for that. I want to jump back over to Weiss also. Weiss is continuing to see upticks in specific sets. Attack on Titan, Season 1, 2, Final Season, all three of them continue to remain very weak. But some of these Dragon Maid, Tokyo Revenger, like some of these sets now, from the last 6-12 months, picking up Chicks in Dungeons, even Fate Grand, the movie, the terrible one, some of these worst sets ever have really thinned out, and the prices have really started to move. Some of these things were bottoming out at $30, $40 a box. I'm sure there were search boxes. You got to go by case price sometimes. But man, some of these that bottomed like well, I'm going to say bottom, like a couple loose boxes were like $30. Super cheap. Obviously no chance at an SP card, but still. They've moved back to 40, 50, 60s. And it happened a lot quicker than I thought. I thought we were going to have to go all the way through this year to 2024 to see some of these actually recover. And the interesting thing is, what happens if something happens with one of these sets or one of the newer releases interconnects with some of the other one? There's just a lot of unknowns with the Weiss releases right now. Still very excited about future Weiss release sets. Still going in pretty heavy with you all. Still running the sales with the patrons. I think the Weiss sets are fantastic, and I'm going to kind of stay the course with that also. So that's my attitude. Stepping back, point of this video was, I'm shocked that the two Magic sets, Phyrexian and Dominator Remaster, are continuing to hold their ground. Very surprised. Number two, the Magic 30 thing is dropping harder, a lot worse than I expected. I thought the prices would hold probably like $1,400, $1,500 for a Magic 30 box. I did not expect to see the price immediately drop to like $999, $1,030. I mean, that's, if you're selling that, if you actually paid for those boxes now, you're losing 10% of your money already, which I think those people probably already flipped and sold out of it or opened it. But that's very interesting, and it's still way too early to know where it settles. I don't know if it's going to recover or get worse. We'll find out. Pokemon still continuing to see the weaker sets. I like to say it this way. The weaker Pokemon sets are catching up to the Brilliant Stars Evolving sets. That's my opinion. Like, we're seeing even the worst battle styles of Sword and Shield that everyone said never going to go above 100 is like 110 plus tax. That thing was like 80, 90 at the low. That's a 20, 30% swing in 45 days. That's a big deal for a Pokemon product. These things are monstrously printed. They're widely available for a long time. That's a big swing. So again, we see battle styles. We see, obviously, Chilling Reign's been on a tear. Again, when I did my Chilling Reign investment, I told you all, when I bought my thousands of boxes, I told you all that I think Chilling Reign is going to climb back to 150 and head to 200, 300 in the future. But I think within 2 years, we can get to 150. Well, I was wrong. Within 4 months, we've skyrocketed from 90 to 150. Well, that's what you get for listening to me. I was wrong. It's very difficult to get the timing right, but it's a lot easier to understand the underlying tone and how people feel and the attitude with these. And that's kind of the stuff I look for. And now even the newest ones that everybody keeps saying, Rudy, watch out. Silver Tempest, Origins, Astral, Fusion, all these bad boys in Sword and Shield, they're getting reprinted. Look out, Rudy. They're going to reprint 10 billion supply of each one right before they hit the Scarlet era. And they're going to sell them at the new higher price. And I'm like, okay. No, it's not coming until April. So remember that, Rudy. Well, I'm still hearing very little actual provable data that they are reprinting all these sets to the ground before Scarlet and Violet. I'm not sure if this is just fake news to get people confused, to just sell into the market. I'm not sure what's going on with this whole thing, but I can tell you we're a couple weeks away before I launch the Rudy Scarlet Violet. I'm going to do selling cases of Elite Trainer boxes. I don't know, I got like 3,000 boxes of ETBs or some shit like that. And then the booster boxes, I only have like, I don't know, 1,500 or something. So again, after we enter Scarlet and Violet, people are telling me right after that, Rudy, all this silver Tempest for days, Origins for days, and it's going to tank the price back to 70, 80, 90s at losses for stores. And I'm just like, are you sure? Because I'm not seeing any data that that's true. So I want to get that out in the open. That's it. So like I said, Magic's holding well. Magic 30's gone to hell. Pokemon, the weaker sets are catching up. Flesh and Blood is just outrageously back into a bear market. I guess investors, collectors are coming back. Player base is expanding. It's crazy. So that's all I have today, folks. Unbelievable. Have a beautiful day. Is Monarch really going to go to 1K? There's no way Monarch hits 1K. Monarch to 100. That already happened.